Yo, chat. Damn. My fault, chat, man.
If you take this fight seriously,
Life
you'll
been
likely
life,
win.
man. Life been life. But I'm back.
Well, you were the one who helped me to grow
What's
stronger,
good, Chad?
Piccolo.
What's up with y'all niggas, man? What's up with y'all niggas, man? I think I'm gonna just vibe it out on YouTube today, though. Maybe. Yeah, son. See if my boys get on 2K. We just gonna have to see. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with some YouTube today. You know what I'm saying, Ski? Be super fun. We're better than Beyonce. What we finna watch, man? What we finna watch, chat?
Alright guys, it is showtime at BetMGM Casino, so grab their new
What
player
the
offer
fuck?
and enjoy the thrills of the price.
Y'all, man, this is like one of the
Gotta watch
most
some Gideon.
disturbing,
Shout out Gideon,
disgusting
man.
cases I have ever had to talk about here on EDP Watch. But it needs to be exposed, and this monster needs to be outed. This is Baby Jackson, a 2-year-old boy with autism who had his whole life ahead of him. That was all taken away by his own blood cousin. He not only murdered him, but he also assaulted and raped him. A two-year-old.
Disturbing
Damn.
case out of Santa Clara County. A teenager accused of sexually assaulting and killing a toddler.
We also filed a motion with the court to transfer this case from juvenile court to adult court.
San Jose police
Hell
investigators
yeah,
say
that need to
Easter
be adult
Sunday,
court.
a 911 call sent them to the toddler's foster home. Jackson was
The
found
fuck?
unresponsive and rushed to an area hospital where he died days later.
The media is covering this, but nobody's putting the suspect's face out there because when he committed these horrible crimes just this
was a
past
minor.
Easter, he was only 17 years old, and he just recently turned 18 in custody. So you know what? I'm gonna do you guys a favor. Here he is right here, Jordan Hernandez. Or it could also be Jordan Hernandez Martinez. That's him right there. That is the man who killed and raped Baby Jackson. So I
the
hope everybody
fuck?
in his juvenile detention center knows about that.
Jackson was moved to this foster family earlier this year. Friends say his mother had died due to poor health.
I knew his mom, and at the time that she had him, she started
that's
to
crazy.
develop a lot of her health
Nah,
issues.
that's
The
crazy.
boy's father
chat.
was unable to care for him, so he was placed in foster care with a 40-year-old
Hey,
female whom relatives
that
say was
sucks.
his aunt. She's also the mother of the suspect, a high school student who was 17 at the time of the crime, but has since turned 18.
Here's his mother right here, Bridget Michelle Hernandez. She was also arrested in connection for this murder, but the DA's office did not officially press charges on her, so now she got released. and she is literally on the run right now. When she was entrusted to protect this baby boy, but her monster son victimized and brutalized him for 6 weeks, and then literally murdered him with a cord around his neck. And you're gonna tell me that this mother didn't know about it and the DA let her go?
Oh, that's
He didn't really have
sick.
many friends, is all. And
Hey, chat, that is sick. Like, how could you do that to a baby? Like, a baby, bro? Bro, a baby, bro. I got 5 kids, chat. I got a 1-year-old, bro. I could never imagine putting harm to her, bro. What are we talking? Bro, it's some sick people in this world.
the people
bro.
he did have friends with, they didn't quite like him completely. He was a bit odd, is all I know, and that's all anyone else would say.
Rosen blames the
That's
county's
just
Department of Family and
crazy.
Children's Services for serious lapses that led to the boy's death.
This is the third child in the last couple years under the care and custody of the Department of Family and Children's Services who has been murdered.
Rosen refers to the cases of baby Phoenix, who died of fentanyl poisoning in 2023, and Jordan Walker, a 7-year-old who was stabbed to death by a relative in 2024.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
So Baby Jackson's aunt is going to be able to explain like why he was going from house to house more later on in this video. But his mother passed away and his father actually has some mental disabilities and he's also an alcoholic. He's 50 years old living with his 80-year-old mother, right? Obviously,
shit.
Baby Jackson was put in the care of his grandfather, someone that could actually take care of him and look after him. But then CPS came back around and said, no, actually, Baby Jackson needs to see his father. So not only did Baby Jackson have to go see his mentally challenged father, who was also an addict, but the grandfather had to drive a 2-year-old autistic child 6 hours once a week to go see his father. And then eventually, CPS came up with a bright idea that, hey, you know what? Until you guys can fully adopt Baby Jackson, we're gonna put him in the care of his aunt on his dad's side. So his dad's sister, Bridget Martinez, she was put in charge of Baby Jackson and she gave birth to the monster, Jordan Hernandez Martinez, who brutally raped and murdered Baby Jackson. And you're gonna tell me that Bridget had no idea what was going on, and now that she got out, she's on the run?
For 6
and you're gonna tell me
weeks?
that she had no idea? CPS
Bro, that's
is
just
just
sick,
at
bro.
fault for all of this as Jordan
That
and
is
Bridget
sick,
right here.
bro.
In response to ongoing criticism, officials with Santa Clara County released a statement saying, in part, we are conducting a thorough review of policies, protocols, and staff actions, including every interaction involving Jackson during his time in foster care. We've also requested that the California Department of Social Services conduct its own independent investigation.
Change needs to come. I think there's important questions to ask officials at the highest level in the county, and I'm certainly going to be investigating to determine who may be criminally responsible.
You want to know who's all criminally responsible? CPS, Bridget Martinez, and of course, this disgusting freak, Jordan Martinez. But it gets even worse. Right now, we're about to talk to Baby Jackson's aunt. She has a lot of details and a lot of insight that can just let you know just how much of a tragedy and how all of this really could have been prevented. So let's get into the interview. All right, how you doing, Riley? If you can, please introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm doing all right. My name is Riley Wallace. I am Jackson Juarez's maternal aunt. His mother was my sister.
Obviously, it's such a tragedy. You know, I want to give you my condolences and everything, but I'm seeing the media not really reporting on everything that happened. So I just want to give my audience just, you know, more clarity on the situation and just also show them just how preventable this was. After Jackson's mother's passing, kind of what was CPS saying and like who was trying to get custody of him?
So he was taken into custody the same week of my sister's passing in July of 2025, and they wanted to attempt to reunify him with the father if the father was making attempt at progress and checking off boxes of things that they required for him to do. And we didn't see that happening at all.
And if you don't mind, can you let my audience know, like, why wasn't Jackson automatically given over to his father? Why did he have to check off boxes and everything?
The father and my sister, Jackson's mom and dad, were severe alcoholics, and that's actually for the reason of my sister's passing, unfortunately. She drank herself to death because she did not want to get the help, and we tried any way we could. The father was an alcoholic too and had his own medical problems. He has a colonoscopy, or I don't even know what it's called, but he has a poop bag on his stomach, and it's disgusting. It's always coming open, and he doesn't take care of himself. He's in his late 50s, and he lives with his mother, who is close to her 80s, and he's never lived on his own. He doesn't have a job, or he didn't at the time. So it's just all of these things leading up to his case that we did not see that would be suitable for Jackson and his long-term life, especially having alcohol fetal syndrome, and now just recently being diagnosed with autism.
After his passing, who did Jackson go into the custody of right after?
Yeah, so after my sister passed away, he went to a random foster family. We did not get any information on that. You know, we can't know legally where he was being placed or what was going on. He was with them for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks, and then he was placed with my sister's father, so his maternal grandpa, or he lives about 3 hours away from San Jose, where Jackson was required to have these weekly visits with his father. And so he stayed with the maternal grandfather for 6 months until, CPS, they came to a decision where these 6-hour drives for Jackson every single week were not going to work out, while we had to wait all the way until August. So they decided to place him with somebody else until August. So they made it almost impossible, and they decided to move him to somebody else closer to his visits, and that ended up being Bridget and her son Jordan.
So this was all CPS's decision to give Jackson over to the custody of Bridget.
Yes, absolutely.
Sick.
Okay, so when he got over into their custody, how long was he in their custody before his untimely death?
6 weeks. He only lasted with them for 6 weeks.
And in those 6 weeks, did you guys even know he was with them? Did you guys know anything about their background? Did they tell you who he was going with?
Yes, so after he was placed with them, we found out that's who he went to, and we figured, that CPS's job is to protect children. They obviously would have done the background check, and considering with the maternal grandfather, they did house checks, they did random house checks to show up for Jackson. They did background checks and all kinds of stuff. So, safety around the house. They required so much for maternal grandpa to take him, and it's like all of that just went right out the door the second he was placed with Bridget. I mean, in the time you think we would trust them, knowing that they were going to do their job the same way they did for maternal grandpa, and come to find out they did not. They didn't do any of the safety protocols whatsoever to place him with her. They just snapped their fingers and said, here, you can take him, we trust you.
What is Bridget and Jordan's relation to Jackson to where CPS decided to put them in custody over him?
Jackson's grandma, his father's mom, begged CPS constantly to place Jackson with Bridget. That way they would be closer to him. And so then they did. We did not know anything much about Bridget until Jackson was placed with her. We were not allowed to know her last name. I mean, we tried looking her up on social media. We couldn't find anything. And come to find out now, she had her name different on social media. So that's why I couldn't find her. So yeah, we didn't think we would have to do a background check on somebody when that's CPS's job, and we thought they did that.
What was it about her background and Jordan's background that probably would have never let him land in custody had there been a background check?
Bridget's background, finding out now, she had a DUI with her 1-year-old in the car, and there is actually a photo of that with the description and report on it that you could provide if you would like. Finding out about her past family members with the rape and stuff, her father raping her brother raping her son, and a family member's 8-year-old. And there was no background on Jordan because he was a minor. That was her kid, so I don't think they had to do a background check. I could be wrong, but I am pretty sure it was only needed for Bridget, and they failed to do that because I don't even see how she had custody of her own children at this point.
While Bridget was in custody of Jackson, did she ever try to reach out to you guys or anything, keep you guys in the loop? Or did you guys not have any contact with her until obviously Jackson was brutally, victimized and murdered?
And we have text screenshots screenshots of messages of her texting maternal grandpa and saying, like, I could never adopt Jackson. He's a lot to deal with, and I can't wait till he goes to live with maternal family in Arizona, and about how she's scared of the father and the grandma, and just a lot.
So she was trying to hurry up and get rid of Jackson, pretty much.
Pretty much, but it seemed like she was doing a good job taking care of him, because the pictures we were getting, he was smiling, he was happy, he didn't seem like he had any bruises or anything. There was no concerns until they found him unresponsive in his crib. They did a great job hiding what they did to him.
Do you think in your mind that Bridget knew what her son was doing to Jackson before all this came out?
I can't say yes or no that I think she knew about the sexual assault. The abuse, yes, because she partaked in it. And I'm finding out right now, actually, people are in the search for this audio message that her 13-year-old daughter also was hitting my nephew. So they all were putting their hands on my nephew.
Do you have the information of the caseworker for CPS who was working Jackson's case? Was this the same individual who made the call to, hey, instead of going to grandpa anymore, we're going to go over to Bridget's house and have them take care? Do you know who this person is that was making this call and who was in charge of this case?
Her name was Anna. I do not have her last name, and I just got a report that 10 workers at the CPS office have been let go of work for a while.
Because of this situation?
Yes. If you're going to do a job of protecting children, do your job correctly, because I hope every single one of these CPS workers that were working my nephew's case are fired and never get their hands on working a child's case again, because they failed him so terribly. How hard is it for you to do your job and do a background check? And come to find out, this is actually the third child in the past 3 years in that county that has been failed because of the CPS system. Another little girl, 3 months old, was overdosed of fentanyl while she was staying with her uncle, I believe. And it's just sick. It's them not doing their jobs in background checks, not doing the proper foster classes, and why they made maternal grandpa do all this stuff, but then it just all went out the window for Bridget. I don't care if you're blood related or if you're a family member or not. You should have to take the proper foster classes and all the steps it takes to be a foster parent to take any child.
So maternal grandpa had to go through those steps, but Bridget didn't?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's what it seems like. They just were rushing so quick to place him with her just so father could get his weekly visits. And I think they need to do more at trusting, looking more into like giving people and family members that live out of state a chance, like comparing lifestyles, comparing who could provide for the child and where the child has the best, like, ongoing life after. Like, if they're placed with us, or are they going to be placed with father? What's the best chance of the best life that they will be given? And I'm not gonna compare us, but I'm like in a way gonna say we would have given him the best life possible. No way in a chance that his father could have done the same. It's just insane. They had my nephew improperly strapped in his car seat constantly. Like, he just was not cared about enough with his father. We could have done so much more for Jackson and given him the best life. And we promised my sister before she passed away that we would do that. And so that's something that's been eating us up really hard, is knowing that we failed that. It feels like we did, and we're guilty of not giving Jackson the best life possible, because he was unfortunately given the worst life possible.
It will also want to be known until the summer. I mean, if you want to tell my audience about the funeral, you guys can't even hold a funeral for him. Can you tell them about that?
Yeah, so his body is in autopsy right now, and it will not be released to any of us. He may potentially get released to the father for a funeral with the father, but that's not guaranteed right now. Just with how severe his case is and stuff, they're holding his body and until further notice. Yeah, and because we're in Arizona, we could have a service for him, but it would be without him.
So all proceeds from this video is going to be going to them for anything that they need: memorial services, funeral services, lawyer fees. So if you guys want to donate, they don't have a GoFundMe, but if you leave a comment with a donation, all proceeds is going to go over to them for that. I really don't have any other questions. I feel like we covered everything. What would be the last thing you want to leave with my viewers that can help you guys help get Jackson justice? And just what do you want to direct everybody to, where we know where to put our best efforts to help in supporting your family and getting Jackson justice?
We don't have any any plans to make a GoFundMe or anything like that, just because we don't want to take people's money when it's not needed yet. If it comes to that time, I'm sure we can possibly make one. But every update and anybody that knows any information on this case, we have made a Facebook page called Justice and then the number 4 Jackson. Anybody is welcome to follow it and follow up on the recent updates and what's going on. So if anything is made, it'll be posted there. If he gets sentenced to as an adult, it'll be posted there. If Bridget gets picked back up and taken to jail, it'll be posted there. So really just anything, it'll all be updated there. I want Jackson to be remembered as a happy kid, because he really was he was the joy of our life. Like, we lost his mom and all we had left was him. You know, my mom only had me and my sister. So losing my sister was a lot on my family. And then losing her son it's been so tragic.
Guys, man, you heard her. I'll be putting, you guys saw the Facebook on the screen. I'm also going to be putting their Facebook group down in the description below. Just make sure to follow it to stay updated. And also, if there's going to be a GoFundMe, you guys will see that there soon. But also, all the funds from this video, like I said earlier, will be given over to them. So that way, any legal fees, any memorial services, any funeral costs, anything that they need will be given over to them. So that way that it just one less burden on them. Riley, I appreciate you for talking with me, and make sure you guys share this video around to everybody you know. We're going to make sure that Jackson gets his justice.
Browse the collection and choose a mod. Open GX Corner and scroll to the Riot section with a brand new co-streaming hub. Set your language and choose a stream. Only on the browser for gamers. Only on Opera GX.
Creating custom clothing with Tapstitch is simple. Start by choosing a garment, then click Design Now.
They said that there's ice block projections on the CN Tower. Yeah, okay.
Oh my fucking God. As soon as I got on there, it was a Drake dick suck. Hey, I'm crying. No. That's like a Flacco be on it, dog. Jack TV get it. Hold on. What the fuck these niggas done did now? Is that a oh yeah, this nigga that I fought for him and shit. I don't be fucking with Jack no more.
What's up, y'all?
I ain't
Man? It's
watched
your
this
boy
shit,
Gabe, man.
this shit in a minute, dog.
I know everybody been wanting to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Why I ain't on Jack TV no more? You know, and I'm sorry it had to be like this, because I'm not even the type of guy to bring this shit to where it's at. You know what I'm saying? But then some shit was done to where I was like, nah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
type shit.
I ain't have no choice. So first off, I want to say, you know, it ain't no beef. You know, I don't want no smoke with, you know what I'm saying, with Jack. You feel me? It's just a lot of things I just can't fuck with. You know. Now, let me just go and get straight to it. You know, let me tell y'all the story. I'll start from the beginning to the end.
Type shit.
So let's say first things first. All right. So I met Jack about 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I met his brother, I met his family, his mom, and everything. And I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. We instantly became brothers. Me, Dino, Jack, we was brothers. His mama became my mama. His daddy became my daddy. You You know what I'm saying? We was locked in. Now, don't get me wrong. And this lifetime, you don't meet people who you can call your brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like, I really believe that I believe that Jack was my brother. I believe that Dino was my brother. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. I was boxing at the time, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get ready for retirement, right? Boom, I'm getting ready for retirement. I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do next? So I met them. They was doing YouTube. I ain't know nothing about YouTube. You know, I know YouTube exists, but I ain't know you could create videos and put it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was boxing, that's all I was doing. I was just boxing. It ain't new age now. You know what I'm saying? I was boxing the old era. You feel me? I'm a little older. You know what I'm saying? For y'all don't know, I know I look young, but I'm a little older. You know. So boom, I'm like, man, what can I do? So Jack was like, I need security for my show, bro. You know, people be fighting on there. You know, they be touching the camera, they be tweaking. So you know how to fight, you know how to handle yourself. So I'll make you security on the show. So I'm like, I bet, boom, let's do it. Boom.
Type shit.
Jack made me security for the show, right? Boom, I'm doing security for the show. I'm doing security for the show. Each show coming up, I'm driving there, I'm pulling up. When we say pull up, I'm pulling up, right? All right, boom. Now I'm getting into the videos, you know, and I'm retired. I ain't fighting no more, you know. Now I'm like, damn, how am I gonna make money, right? Boom, because I ain't making no money for the videos, so I wasn't getting paid for the videos. I'm just doing it because this is my brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking on the mind frame like business when I should have been thinking business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, it's cool. He gonna broke out me. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother, right? All right, boom. So now I'm like, man, I need to do something on YouTube, bro. What can I do? He was like, shit, do reaction videos to my video. I'm like, you know me, I don't know about YouTube. So I'm like, what's a reaction video? So he broke it down to me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, bet. But not thinking to what I know to today, he only wanted me to do reaction videos for his own benefits because it was his videos. His videos gonna get watched again, right? So I'm like, but then I'm like, okay, bet. I'm gonna do videos, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go back to it so I can tell y'all the reason why I thought that or why I think that to this day. Boom. I'm doing reaction videos. They doing good every now and then because he ain't sharing them how he supposed to be sharing them. I'm doing reaction to your videos. He, my brother, kick my shit out so my shit can get the jumping, you know what I'm saying? So I can make some money too, right? Boom, he posted at least probably one of my videos, reaction videos, you know what I'm saying? When he posted it, it got the jumping. After that, he wasn't posting in my videos, right? So boom, mine is, I had to tell him, I had to ask him to post the video, like post my video, you know what I'm saying? Now, if this is my brother, why I gotta ask him to post my video, right? But it's not registering in my head. All this not registering in my head, y'all. You feel me? So come on, follow me, boom. Boom. All right, so I'm doing reaction videos to his videos. All right, boom. He was cool with that. He once told me to do them. His videos, copy his whole video and do reaction to him, right? Boom. I'm doing it. It ain't hitting for me. So I'm like, man, this ain't. I need to do something that's hitting for me. Jack got a reality TV show called Jack TV where he do loyalty tests, right? Boom. He doing loyalty tests. I'm like, man, maybe I need to do some reality shit, you know? So boom, I started catching pedophiles, right? Boom. I got my team together. Me, Dino, the camera crew, you know, and Jack. We running it. Pedophiles, catch pedophiles. Now, he's showing up for the pedophile videos, you know what I'm saying? He own it. Now, I ain't gonna take that from him. He came and showed up for the pedophile videos, but remember, I know this was for his own good, you know? Now, boom, just keep following me while I keep saying this. Now I know this is for his own good, why he coming to the videos, all right? So boom, he's showing up, we catching pedophiles, right? All right, now, I'm doing pedophiles for probably 8 months, right? Boom, my channel get took. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers, bro. YouTube take my channel because they saying I'm harassing people and bullying them because I guess they family members that we were catching kept reporting the page. You know what I'm saying? Which is don't make sense to me at all, right? Boom. They take my channel. I wake up one morning, get my phone, I check my YouTube, see how much money I made. YouTube don't exist. I'm like, what?
The fuck?
Channel don't exist. Turn my phone off, throw it out, pick it back up, check it. It don't exist. I'm like, hell nah. Turn my phone off, turn it back on. YouTube don't exist. So now I'm like, hell nah, something going on. I go to my email. your channel has been deactivated. Bro, my heart dropped. I'm like, come on, bro. Now, all this hard work I've been doing since I came here.
And your shit
took
got
me, right?
there.
Boom.
Damn.
So mind you this. At this time, I'm still doing Jack TV. I'm still the security guard. Y'all see me in the video. I'm still the security guard, right? Boom. Take my channel. Boom. I ain't got no money. I'm still on his videos, though, and I'm making no money. All right? Y'all follow me, right? And I'm making no money. Boom. This my brother. Okay, boom. I'm like, damn. I was stuck for a year. What the fuck I'm gonna do? What the fuck I'm gonna do? I mind you this. I'm still in his videos. Not getting paid for a video. I'm flying out of town. Not getting paid. 3 or 4 times a month. Not getting paid. I'm flying out of town, right? Boom.
Damn.
So now I'm like, a year go by, I'm stuck, y'all. I'm stuck, you know? But I'm traveling, pushing my brother shit. He getting burning the bag up, right? Boom. Cause I wanna see him win like they supposed to see me win, right?
Yeah, right.
Boom. Now I'm like, I gotta come on with it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I just had another baby. I gotta come on with it. I gotta get something going. You know? Boom. I come up with the idea. I've been doing this shit my whole life. I've been boxing my whole life. What more can I do with how I put it? How can I bring this boxing onto the YouTube, right? Boom, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, maybe I should do it last to get knocked out. Nah, they doing those, you know? That's what everybody doing. And it's like kind of, to me, it's kind of like regular to me. And I don't really like it because how they do it, you know, they just fighting for nothing, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna do a boxing show. I used to watch a show called Contender. It was like a UFC show. They put them all in the crib and then they get to fighting and competing against each other and the winner be champion. Boom. So I'm like, I got it. I'm gonna do something called Rise of a Champion, right? I told him my deal. Check this out. I told him my deal. He's like, oh yeah, that's cool, bro, that's cool. So boom, I'm getting ready for that. I'm like, you know what I wanna do? I wanna make a trailer for it, right? So how I got the idea from the trailer is, this was the time when Casanat was doing a marathon, right? He made a trailer. He was sitting in the office with Kim Kardashian, and she was his therapist, right? Boom, follow me. She was his therapist, and he telling her, I'm gonna do a marathon too, right? She's like, what is the marathon? Mafia-thon, my bad, the Mafia-thon, right? Boom. So he telling her, right? So I'm like, man, I want to do a trailer just like that. I'm gonna come to Jack, you know, cause it's my brother. I'm gonna come to Jack. I'm gonna do a trailer, pretend you my therapist, right? Boom. He like, I bet. I tell him, look, bro, you gotta wear a suit. This shit gotta be right. You gotta wear a suit and act like you my therapist. He like, man, I don't need to wear no suit. They know I ain't no therapist. Of course they know you ain't no therapist, bro. This is the trailer for the new beginning of my show. This is what I'm saying, right? He like, man, I don't gotta wear a suit. I'm like, man, just wear a suit. Go buy some clothes and wear a suit, right? Boom. Shoot day come. He pull up, tracksuit, right? I'm like, all right. I ain't got no choice, y'all. I gotta shoot. I can't say, man, go put a suit on, this and that. All right, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Come on, let's run it, right? We run the trailer. Boom, run the trailer. Trailer come out.
This is just a lot. You know what I'm
now I'm filming Rise of the Champion,
This
y'all,
is just
right?
a lot.
Boom.
This is just a lot, Chad. Yeah. I'm gonna be on the morning with some games. Thought boys was getting on the game tonight,